Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeff at Ride the Wave. I'm reaching out with a update, taking a walk right now, trying to stay dry here in New Jersey. I figured I'd, like I said, kind of just talk with you guys, mention a few things on Mark and I's end for Ride the Wave Foundation we're working on. You may have noticed, and I've mentioned it sort of in the beginning of the shows, that we're supplementing some studio sessions with also virtuals where I go on. Right now, Mark, he doesn't have a setup with his mic. We got to get better internet at his place. What's really stopping us right now is resources. So it's money. We've hit a bit of a wall and we're working through it. I myself have put together some documentations. We have a few people that are supporting us. I just want to again say thank you to Kirsten, my cousin, who's been very helpful, Jose, and Heather, who are volunteers within the homeless community. We really appreciate your efforts and everything that you do every day. And we're really working hard. We're passionate about it still. And even though right now, Mark and I are facing some challenges there, we are still going to remain confident and we know it's going to be great. So if the audio right now is not too hot and it doesn't sound like it's good quality, the reason is because my home setup, I still need to get a mic. And I think the next one, yeah, we put out is going to be edited or at least try to have someone edit it for better quality. But we really would appreciate any donations at this point. Anybody who sees the vision and who's a follower of the show, I want to say to you, like right now, it's impossible at this phase, at this stage, for us to be able to do it alone. So I definitely could use help right now with anybody that's experienced in social media management, marketing, who may be a videographer, who be willing to be a donor or contribute in any other capacity. It really would mean the world to us at this stage right now. And God has given me a full vision. I'm confident in my ability to lead it. And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before something positive takes place. There's a break. Um, but we're operating as if that's not going to happen. We're taking it step by step on a plan. And if you've noticed a little scale back on social media, it really is because of that. NCK Equipment, my equipment company, the first quarter was not the best. After review, it looks like it's market driven. If we actually, which is amazing, if we mirrored last year's sales or even went a bit lower, we would the company would be through the challenges it's facing with cash flow. But unfortunately, the challenges still continue because of the poor first quarter. But we're in the food beverage industry too, selling process equipment and things like that. So within our sector of manufacturing, it's difficult to predict or see what's in front of us right now. So I want to give a shout out to Mark Hansen. Mark Hansen is the man, the savior, greatest guy. He is a VP of sales for NCK Equipment. He's really believes in the culture, believes in us. I feel bad that Mark has been put in a position where there was some innocent mistakes made in accounting that led. I also, I feel like too, something's going on with the system because if you're somebody who, I get it. Look, if business is bad and or somebody creates a business, it's a restaurant and it's a crappy restaurant. It's not good. It's not doing well. I get it. The economy and business should be set up to where if you make poor moves or you're dishonest or you don't put out a service that's of value, then it makes sense that you would go bankrupt or you would get into trouble or you would lose your business. I understand. But there is a flip side, though. There's a little flip side where somebody could be a really good person, really good product, service. They could also be doing something great forward facing the community. And they can make maybe a mistake because I'll tell you, the reason why there's even any kind of challenges with the cash flow is because I didn't send two emails to Alex Hayes, who was inside support, and those two emails had invoices on them that we needed to process. So me not sending two emails, I've been fighting a battle for this thing a year and a half, more than that. Kristen and I, we've put off a honeymoon. It's a nice place, no complaints. We got a nice one bedroom apartment. Anything like that, whether it's us pursuing kids that we're holding off on, we're looking at as viewed as a means to an end. So maybe two steps back for four forward. And the perception that I want to take and how I view this is a learning experience. But I do think it's a bit unfair that if you are somebody that is a good person and you make a mistake, something that might be an oversight, and you get teetered in the cash flow, it seems like to me that soon as you're off a little bit, the system's set up for you to just teeter down and fall. These merchant loans, predatory merchant loans, you know, that you have to pay weekly with large amounts. And you get put in a position where you're in a bind. You have to either do that or lose it. But we're working on it. We're working on sales, sales, sales. And it's definitely possible. We could see through. And if Mark and I'm confident if we keep our heads down, we will get through it. But if not, if for any reason, and it's not the goal is to keep it because Ride the Wave ties into the culture. And NCK as an organization with Wave tied into it has the ability to be something really great and an amazing extra financial revenue stream to feed into Ride the Wave. So with that said, it's important that we do our best to even it out, balance it out, get to baseline. And we're working on that passionately. And the reason why I'm saying all this and telling you, it's because I want to be transparent, open. I want you guys to have an understanding of what Mark and I are going through, whether it be anything good, anything we're working on in the community, any discoveries or revisions, any thank yous to any volunteers, any help that we're receiving. But we also want to be honest about some of the challenges we're facing and some of the things we're hearing in the community, or honesty about maybe something that's being misperceived. So, right now I feel we're still in the startup phase. We're having some help. We could use a real kickstart donation. I have a presentation, forward facing foundations, potential donors, excuse me, I meant potential angel investors or donors, any corporate sponsors. We're going to finalize a nice graphics on it, but there is a written deck for being a corporate sponsor on the podcast. I recently connected with someone that has talent with getting engagement via shorts and language and hashtags and all that. There's a lot I don't know. So there's a lot I need to learn with that, but also filling in the gaps with people who are experienced is really key with that. So if you're out there, you're somebody that wants to contribute, you're feeling the show, you're feeling the campus, what we're looking to accomplish, we really would appreciate your help in any way. But regardless, look out, the wave is coming. I still want to give a shout out to Damon West, John Gordon, Mr. Maxwell, John Maxwell, the individuals that inspire me on a daily basis. Amy Kelly, Julie Nee. Yeah, it's interesting and fascinating to me that my life has taken me to a point where I have this opportunity. Even though it may not seem like it's taken off or like certain things are getting scaled back, whatever, the opportunity is still there. And at the end of the day, everything Mark and I work on, every action, every strategy, everything points to cutting the ribbon of creating in a brand new modern campus that has the latest facilities with a new modern culture taken from leadership principles and positive servant leadership and conscious leadership in a nutshell. So, like I mentioned, from time to time, I might ramble on if I feel God calling me or I'm inspired just to fill you guys in or in general communicate anything to you. I'm literally walking outside with my headphones on. I don't even care if it's raining. And I'm not going to edit these type things sometimes on the fly trying to do it. And yeah, at the end of the day, knowing how to suffer or knowing how to fail, I think I've learned. And anything that ends up transpiring with NCK or in between, or any of those challenges that happened, what ended up happening was is I found a great friendship. Seafair consultant Hassan, who the owner is, and a connection to a financial firm where I had a fractional CFO that saw our vision or does. And it's a good partnership, which has been very helpful and key to stability. It's also allowed us to change our processes. For example, I was doing quarterly bookkeeping, changed it per month, have more balance in checks, daily cash position review, weekly reviews, things like that. So, it was something that, yes, it was unforeseen. I didn't factor it in. Um, me not forwarding a couple of emails like that. We were going good, but maybe it's God's way of slowing it down a little bit. Maybe you can't go too, put the horse before the cart. So right now, Mark and I, we're not going to panic. We're going step by step with our plans. Tomorrow, we're headed to the DMV to have Mark take his permit test so we could take it to the next step to eventually get an SUV or a van so we could implement transportation, wave transportation within the community to basically fill in that gap where people can't get to their appointments that they need to get resources, to build trust within the community because that's been lost. So number one, build trust. Number two, or how we do that with the transportation. I could hop in the van sometimes, talk to people. The number and the logo will be on the side of the van. It'll be a way to connect people to build that trust. And then simultaneously to the side, leveraging the show to get the word out for people, but also other subjects that are entertaining or not entertaining, but entertaining, yes, educational or just anything and anything that people want to share. If you guys take a look at the show, it seems to me right now, and as this organically starts to grow, we'll make adjustments accordingly. Um, but it seems to be pretty like broad audience. We have some data now. I think that's the key too, is we've gotten to the point now, it was October of 2023. Mark and I did the first studio episode. It was just him. Then that day we went to lunch and had him the co-host. So it really hasn't been that long. These in-betweens are tough for me though. I'll tell you what, when the spirit hit with Daryl that day, yeah, it's something that the times where there's no traction or there's no movement, it's very difficult for me. Very difficult. Let me just so you know. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Kristen. If you meet anybody that puts up with you, that's the one. And she deals with some stuff, but I really appreciate her. She's my balance. She evens me out completely. And there's a big part of me inside that regrets us taking a step back. Would have liked to done some more things with the family structuring and with her and all that. We're going slow and we're just making an adjustment because even though it wasn't what I expected, the lesson there too is that maybe that's just how it's going to be when there's a goal. or there is something we're pursuing. In order to get there, it's not going to be a straight line, and that's okay. For everybody out there, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of the Ride the Wave community. Thank you for your support. I look forward to continuing this journey, getting back on track, surviving, balancing out, and then thriving, baby. You guys take care. Thank you so much. Bye.